Ruti, first of all, many congratulations. Thanks for joining us on our Facebook page.
No
Got some
worries.
questions from the fans. First one is from William Chappell. How did you get into cricket?
I was fortunate enough to have parents and grandparents that always played cricket, so I just went down, watched Dad on a Saturday. Obviously had a younger brother, Bill, who we just played from as soon as we got there till as soon as it was too dark to play anymore, and just did that all the time. So it was great, yeah, and as long as there was someone there throwing a ball at us or hitting us catches or anything, we'd always be there, getting stuck into it.
And was it always batting?
It was everything really. If I mainly batting, and then if I wasn't allowed to bat, I'd start bowling and stuff. But just absolutely fell in love with the game from being really small.
Cool. Next question is from Sam Daly. What's your favourite meal to eat when you have a day off?
Good question. I love beef Wellington. That's a good beef Wellington. It's hard to beat.
Cool. Shabam Amin asks, how will it be to have Alistair Cook standing next to you in the slip hall?
It'd be exactly the same as it has been for the last few years, I think. It'd be nice to have his experience there, and hopefully if I take one in the nads, that he's not laughing as hard as I was when he was captain.
What do you guys talk about?
Anything really. A lot of the time it is obviously about cricket and how we're going to get the sides out, but you do spend a large amount of time in the field, so it does vary from how bad Ben's current hairstyle is to what we're doing for dinner that night or whatever.
And you mentioned that moment where he took a rather painful blow. What do you remember about that?
I remember it looking very sore and it sounding awful. It didn't look like a very good couple of hours for him, but it's never nice when. I mean, you can't help but laugh, but you know it's so painful when it happens to you. It's never nice.
Cool. Next question. Arif Shah asks, what will your batting position be, or will it remain the same?
That's something that we can sort out close to the time. I think concentrate on the one day is coming up, and I need to speak to the Trevor and the selectors and then make a decision on that further down the line.
Have you enjoyed life at number 3?
I've enjoyed life at number 3. I've enjoyed life wherever I've had the opportunity to bat for England. It's been awesome to experience all sorts of different things and positions, and actually I think that's helped me, round my game out. Actually, having the opportunity to bat from 1 to 6 in the batting order.
Cool. Next question is from Max Basharat, who asks, who would you say has been your biggest influence in your career?
I think from a young age, my dad was obviously a huge influence. From as soon as I could pretty much walk, taking me down to Aberdale so we could play on the sidelines, and really sort of teaching me how to play the game. And then coming into the Yorkshire dressing room, Kevin Sharp was a great coach for me to work with. I worked with him from being 12 years old right up to making my first class debut, and always got on really well with him. And then in that dressing room, Anthony McGrath was brilliant at always helping out as well. He was great, along with Martin Moxon. And then looking at guys like Graham Thorpe, Mark Ramprakash now, Graham Gooch, who are all fantastic to work with, getting different ideas and ways of thinking about batting and trying to put them all together, and find your own way of doing things in amongst all that. I think I've been very lucky to work with so many great coaches and players.
You mentioned about your dad. What was it like to share the news with him that you'd been appointed the captain?
It was awesome. I think it was quite a special weekend for him. It had been his birthday on Thursday, his party on Saturday, and it just rounded things off nicely for his 50th. So it was a very special weekend.
Question from Harry: how happy are you that Ben Stokes is your vice captain, and how much of an influence will that appointment have on you?
No, I'm very pleased with that. I think Ben is a natural leader. It's something that you watch him play and you want him to do well and you want to follow his lead, which is a great quality to have, and I think that suits him down to the ground as a vice captain. He's always responded well to that extra responsibility. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how it all pans out.
What's he like as a bloke?
He's a great bloke. I think what you see is what you get a little bit with Ben, and that's I think again not a bad quality to have in the position he's got now as vice captain. But we've always seemed to get on pretty well, and it's very exciting that we're now in a position to lead this team forward.
Michelle Knight asks if you could introduce one tradition to the dressing room, what would it be?
Ooh, I'm not sure, to be honest. I'll have to start thinking about that because we can't leave Ben to choose something. I think we might be in a bit of trouble.
He chooses the music, I gather, doesn't he?
He chooses the music generally. You can't really get the iPod off him, but we might have to. Every now and again, we get Jimmy to put some good music on, but he's normally in charge of the tunes.
Cool. Debbie Knight asks, how are you enjoying being a dad?
Loving it, absolutely loving it. It's been an amazing few weeks. I think 5 weeks old now, maybe nearly 6 weeks. So the last couple of weeks, having the chance to come home and spend some real quality time getting to know him has been, it's just been the best. So again, another reason why the last few months have been just awesome. I've absolutely loved every minute I've spent with him. I'm just excited to be able to watch him grow up and see him go about his thing.
Little Alfie was close at hand when he got the call from Straussy as well.
He was very close at hand. He was he just filled his nappy, so when I got the call, so I did have my hands full for a few minutes there, but it was nice to actually have that moment to look back on now and to share that with him.
Amy Williams asks, which previous England captain do you aspire to be like?
Good question. I'd actually quite aspire to just be my own man, really. I think there's so many good qualities of previous captains, but I think I want to put my own mark on things and do it my own way.
Cool. Final one is from Joel Downs, who says, my mate Tom Tanswell struggles to get bat on ball. What's the best advice you can give apart from him going to Specsavers?
Well, I was going to say watch the ball, but just swing harder. Keep swinging harder. It looks like you tried everything else, so get a bigger bat maybe as well. Get a wider one.
Cool. I suppose just final one. Just obviously thanks to you and thanks to the fans obviously for sending in their questions.
Yeah, thanks ever so much. It does mean a lot. It's great that I've been able to share today with you guys, and I hope you've enjoyed being able to be a part of it as well. Cheers.